Hi, my name is Addison Gorshak, and I'm a Senior Supply Chain Consultant at Flexware Innovation. Today we'll be looking at simple yet effective grid functions in D365. We're going to start off by talking about the features that allow you to use these functions, two of which are mandatory, so they will be enabled in your environment. The third is not mandatory, the extended grid aggregation capabilities, and this is used for the totals feature that we will review. So if you want to use that feature, you're going to have to go ahead and enable it. We're going to jump over to the All Sales Orders screen, where we're going to talk about the first simple function. If you right-click on a column, you can select to freeze a given column. Similar to Excel, it's going to freeze that column. Even when you scroll over to the right, our sales order number stays in place. To unfreeze, you'll right-click and unfreeze the given column. The next thing we'll look at is grouping data. So on all sales orders, let's say we want to group our sales orders based on the customer account. If we right-click on customer account, we can select group by this column, and the data will organize based on the customer account. If we scroll up a little bit, we can find one of those tabs that shows the customer account, the total number of orders that are within that grouping. And if we select this down arrow, we can then collapse that section of data. If you keep scrolling up, we'll find another instance. In order to select the orders that are within that group, you can use the square checkbox, and it will only select the orders that belong to that group of data. For our next function, we'll open up a sales order and look at how we can use expressions to calculate quantities. So I'll go into edit mode on the sales order line, enter the equal sign, 10 divided by 2, click out of the field, and it will recalculate to whatever that expression equals. You can use this for multiplication as well. So if we put the enter or equal sign, 10 asterisks for multiply and 5, we should get 50. For the last feature we'll look at, we'll go to grid options, select show footer, and this function is the one that is enabled by a feature that is not mandatory. For columns with data that are numerical, such as the quantity, we can add a value. So right now it is set to sum the values in this column. If we get rid of that, we now see a plus, which is how this really starts by default. If we select the plus, we can then choose whether we average the values, identify the max value, the minimum value, or sum. So if we go ahead and select maximum, we will see the maximum value in this column is 50. That concludes this quick D365 tip video. Please comment or reach out if there are any questions we can help answer.